riveting friendly coming up. One that will offer plenty of insight into the tactical thinking of the two coaches. As a spectacle, it should be highly enlightening. Stay tuned, we'll have all the action for you. Hello and welcome to the Spanish capital, Madrid. We're here at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. I'm Derek Ray, and I'm joined here on the gantry for commentary by Stuart Robson. And every fan is full of hope on this particular day. I say that because it is the very first match of the new season. It's Real Madrid, and they take on Real Madrid.
Champions last season, and deservedly so. But I think they'll need to be even better in this campaign if they are to retain their title. They'll be looking for a quick start here.
And here's the starting 11 for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois is the keeper of choice. Antonio Rüdiger plays alongside Eder Militao in central defence. Aurélien Tchouameni plays alongside Federico Valverde in central midfield. And lining up through the middle in attack today is Kylian Mbappe. And the starting players for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois begins in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold plays with Ferland Mendy in the fullback positions. Aurélien Tchouameni plays alongside Jude Bellingham in the centre of midfield. And handed the task of playing up front today is Kylian Mbappe. Mendy is with Vinicius Junior. Jude Bellingham. Mbappe, there it is, the opening goal of this match, and what a start they've made. Action underway once more, a wake-up call for the Real players maybe. Can they find a response now? Very alert defending to cut off the supply. Well, what's the referee going to do now? Well, he's given us away. Aurélien Tchouameni. And on to Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe. Real Madrid regaining possession. Mbappe. Here's Carvajal. Eduardo Camavinga. Well read to ease the pressure. Kylian Mbappe. Eduardo Camavinga. Lovely weight. Interesting pass. And a goal it is. But offside is the verdict.
Well, it's a good finish, but he was just offside. Great decision by the assistant.
And intercepted it. Rodrigo. Superb effort to keep it in. Miscue in the final third.
That was really good defending.
Vinicius Junior. And Valverde. Ball control is the key. Could be dangerous. It could be for Mbappe. And it's in! Real Madrid firmly in charge here.
Let's look at this again. To pick out this pass shows wonderful vision. It's inch perfect. And all you can do is admire the finish by Mbappe. He hits the ball so cleanly. It's a fantastic strike.
Jude Bellingham. Really inventive stuff from Real here. Chances on. Another goal! And surely there's no way they can throw this away. Absolutely dominant.
Well, let's take another look at this pass from Mbappe. He has so much vision, and his movement's so clever. Once he gets onto it, there's only one thought in his head: smash it as hard as possible. What a good goal.
Aurélien Tchouameni. He fancies it, and the keeper throws himself at the ball. Eduardo Camavinga. Now opening things up. Genuine chance. Timely intervention. Teammates available. Oh, what a save! Now how about the short corner? Alexander-Arnold. Now Eder Militao. Vinicius Junior. And Valverde. Well, when you have the lead, you can play in this manner, keeping the ball like this.
Yeah, they're certainly enjoying this.
And he read it well, intercepting it. Well, just 1 minute. And in with a real chance. Oh, yes! A goal! Exactly what they were looking for. And he's come up with it. So the ball is moving again. We've been treated to 4 goals. 3-1 the score. So the ball rolling again, and Real left with a real mountain to climb in the second half. Alexander-Arnold. Is with Vinicius Junior. Eduardo Camavinga. And running it back. Carvajal. And support available. And threading it through. Rodrigo. Real chance. Oh, another one for them. And with plenty of time still remaining, this game is very much back on. You can't really say defences are on top. 3-2. Tchouameni. Rodrigo. And moving the ball forward with genuine purpose here. Really good challenge. Alexander-Arnold. Tchouameni. Well, the scoreline means they can focus on keeping possession. Not forcing the issue. Great composure. But then the commentator's curse comes into play. Mbappe. Now what can they do from here? They struggle to keep the ball from Real. Incisive pass from Mbappe. Oh, it's a super save.
Well, he always looked in control of the situation. That's a top-class save.
They're going for the short one. Camavinga. Mendy. Showing a great defensive instinct. Eduardo Camavinga. And Bellingham, he's in here. And denied by the post. And the attack fizzling out.
Well, Real are still only 1 down, but I'm not sure how. That was so close. They need a reaction here.
That's a superb challenge.
Yeah, super stuff there.
Mbappe. Oh, a touch too heavy there. Aurélien Tchouaméni. Alexander-Arnold. Well, after the tackle, came up with the ball. Camavinga. Tchouaméni. Camavinga. Well, maybe a good position from which to counter. Rodrigo. They could level it. Just couldn't get it through. Putting it out of play for a throw-in. Could be troublesome. This could square the game. Well, it's astonishing. A very unlikely comeback. But now they are level, having trailed by 3. So back underway, and this game has had a roller coaster quality about it. Jude Bellingham. Rudiger. Bellingham. Camavinga. If Real Madrid could come up with a winner at this stage, it could be decisive. Mbappe. Very effective pass. Effective challenge. Plenty of support here. Can he put them in front? Oh, there it is! Incredible! How about this for guts and courage? Can they see this out now?
Well, I have to say, he's done really well here. He's in the right place and then a decent finish. That's a good goal.
So back underway here. Can they hold on to their lead? Rodrigo. Can they square this match? Mbappe. Well, it's the late show, and they are level again.
As the replay shows, this is all about his ability to find space in the box, which then makes the finish look so much easier. That's good play from him.
Aurélien Tchouaméni. Camavinga. At this late stage, Real Madrid doing everything in the... And a goal! This is why we adore this game. Late drama, and now they're in front. So underway again, and time is tight if they have designs on a comeback. Eduardo Camavinga. Given away by Real Madrid. And the electronic board delivers the news. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Camavinga. Full time, says the referee, and as it was at the end of last season, so it is at the beginning of this campaign. An excellent result for starters.
Well, in a 5-match series, it's so important to win the first game, and that was a good performance today. They must be favourites for the title again.